Virgo, how are you? Welcome to Spirit and You. My name is Debbie and I've laid out some cards for your December reading, Virgo. I've also got a crystal for you because I do like working with crystals, so I've chosen a crystal that sort of felt right for you. No other reason than that, not for its properties or anything, just what felt right to me because that's how I work. And talking about how I work, I'm a medium. So what that means is I'm working with spirit and I'm getting messages. So I work on a one-to-one basis and I give readings to people here in my home and also online once you go and check out Spirit in You and have a look at what I do. So bear that in mind. But for this reading now, I will be going through the cards. I've put down 8 cards which I'm using as a timeline to take us through the month of December for you. So there's going to be parts of it that you're going to totally get, so it's going to resonate with some of you. It can't resonate with all of you, can it? Because it's a general reading and there's just too many of you, and it doesn't work like that. So I would like you to take from the reading what is relevant for you, and what isn't, then you can just let that float away, as it were, because it isn't for you. So just bear that in mind. I've got some lovely cards for you. It looks like a really good month. So I've laid out these 8 and I'll be turning down the camera in a moment and showing you them. I've also drawn an angel card because I work with angels and guides and they're a huge part of how I get my messages. So I love to pull just one card and I'll go through that card with you at the end, which is, I feel, very relevant for you. So I felt really excited, I think is the right word, when this card came out. I thought, God, it's so you, it feels so lovely. And you really are beautiful as a sign. I mean, you're great people, and I know a few Virgos, and I love them, and they're wonderful. So can I just lift up this, look at this. Can you see that? This rough fluorite. Oh, it's just beautiful. Very earthy, like you, and it just felt right for you. I love crystals because I scry with them, you know, just sort of working with them and holding them and feeling their energy. And what I like particularly about crystals, and all of them, and I've got that many, they've all got a different energy. And sort of when you sort of send your energy to the crystal, you receive it back, and it sort of takes you to this really grounded place, because we're all part of the earth anyway, and you go on a bit of a journey. And so that's why I really like working with them. And I thought this was perfect for you. I mean, look at it. Isn't that just glorious? I mean, I've got all sorts. I've got the lovely polished fluorite as well, but just look at that. It just makes me feel that, you know, I could just want to go to wherever it came from and just be there and around it. That's how crystals make me feel. So that's for you. I'm going to turn down the camera now then and show you these 8 cards, and we'll go through the month. So before I do that, what happens is when I'm looking at the cards, I'm getting these messages and this feeling and this experience that I want to pass on to you. So I will deliver what I get, and then we'll do an overview at the end of it, and I'll have a chat with you. So I'll just pull the camera down for now and let me go through these cards with you. Okay, so just bear with me. There we are. That we've got the cards. I'm hoping that that's not in your way too much. Okay, Virgo, so we start off, so here we are, December. We start off December with the Tower. I'm just going to lean it on here, I think, actually. It might be a good way of you seeing it. Otherwise, I'll wobble the table. So there you are. You can see the Tower. Don't be alarmed by the Tower. A lot of people tend to think, oh no, look at the Tower, look. There's people being plunged out and things like that, although this card doesn't even depict that. I'm not feeling that with you. I'm actually feeling like something's happening. Something's going to shake up this month, December, and it's going to be so positive, because I get this sense of you coming into your own, standing your ground, feeling good about you, shining your light, talking about your experiences. And I feel as if you're going on a little bit of an adventure, to be honest with you. And I think that'll be well kind of overdue as well. You know, perhaps you haven't had as much fun as you could have done lately, or perhaps you've had too much fun, because the Tower can say that sometimes we can overdo things. But what I'm getting is that there's something that's going to come in, it's going to shake things up, and it's going to be extremely delightful. And that's how it feels for me starting the beginning of the month. So why ever not? Sometimes things have got to be broken down to be rebuilt. Sometimes we've got to not reach rock bottom, because although the card would say reach rock bottom and then you move and claw your way back up, I'm not getting that. I'm getting you standing so tall, so straight, so clear, and whatever this is very welcome for you. So let's enjoy the tower, and the tower of strength that is definitely part of it. You are a tower of strength. You're great with your friends. People come to you, people talk to you. You've got a lot to say on a very pragmatic, is that the right word? Very clear way as well, very kind way of chatting to people. And here we are now. So the next card that we've got is the Seven of Cups. If you have a look at that card now, I'm drawn straight away to the 3 down here. So there is a number 3 that's very relevant to you. Could be 3 children, just feels to me like that. It could be that you've got 4 children actually, because I'm getting drawn to number 4 with it. You've definitely got 3. And this feels to me, and this card does talk about choices. You know, I've got way too many choices, or I sometimes feel like I haven't got enough choices, and all of a sudden I've got too many, and now I'm going to get myself all in a tangle over it. Well, what I'd like you to think about here is actually you could be very clear on your choices. Choose what you want. Choose what you want. On an emotional level, on a practical level, on a business level. Look at what presents itself in terms of choices and choose which one suits you best. Shine a light on what you need. Open up the cupboard door, look inside. If there's several things in there that need throwing out now, as it were, then let them go. And if there's a choice to be made at work and it requires a little bit of thinking about, then do just that. Think about it. Put your hat on, put your boots on, put your coat on, go outside, breathe in some fresh air and think, well, what would I do? What would I normally, what feels right here? What decision do I need to make that feels right? And you'll make it. Okay, and you'll make it really well, because you've got number 7 there, so you're very spiritual. You do understand an awful lot. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing in the world to talk about, because you wonder if people will judge you. But the fact of the matter is there is a real spiritual side to you. There's a real understanding. You're the sort of person that could be in a group, and you won't be the one that's making a big loud noise in the background. You'll be taking it all in, soaking it all up. And the best part about it is be storing all this information. So this could well be a load of information that you've got to hand, that computer data part of your brain, and you've just got to fish out the bit that you need. Talking about fishing, I think that's relevant as well. Going into the second week, here we have, there you are, look at that Father of Pentacles there. So this is just pure strength. This is entrepreneurial. This is me being kind to me and me being very sure of what I'm doing. And this is on a very practical level. Okay, so a practical level, you can be very practical in a relationship as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this steers me right to the very centre of me, and it goes right to my heart. So when I think of this card and I'm thinking of you, and as it's being given to me, I see you being really, really sure of what you want to do moving forward. I get the sense of Taurus coming in, another earth sign for you. Not necessarily on a romantic level, but just somebody that you just might hang out with. But the energy is very strong, and I feel you being very centered and enjoying being around this person. I'm getting a sense of water. I'm getting seafood as well. So I'm enjoying the really nice food. So I'm thinking about lobsters and things like that, and crab, and eating well, being in somebody's company and having a really lovely meal, great conversation, and the energy being really good. So that feels very nice for you. There's a real steadiness to this. There's an understanding, but there's also a flair. There's a quiet intelligence, is what I'd like to say. It's nice to be around you because you don't boast. You're really dependable, and that's what I'm feeling with you. I like that because you make me feel safe. There's a kindness to you, and you're going to be portraying that in the second week. And then I've got this sense here as I look at the next card for you, the Son of Swords here. This is you taking action. This is also, I'm getting Sagittarius for you. And in it being December, that would really figure as well. So the month of December being quite relevant for you. And I've got this sense of you, at times, you may feel a little bit cornered. You may also feel a little bit like you've got a lot on your mind that you need to release a little bit of tension. So what I want you to do is I want you to drive that forward. I want you to use whatever thoughts you've got and take action with them. I don't want you to spend time overthinking it and worrying. You don't need to worry. You can just close the chapter and close the book and close the pages of anything that doesn't read well, doesn't fit well, doesn't sit well, and doesn't feel right for you. Don't stay somewhere that doesn't feel right. This is you taking action, and it's taking very solid action. It's very wise as well. It's you using that clarity of your mind, that sharp intellect that you've got, and you'll be moving forward. You'll be moving forward in unusually for you, quite a swift way, because normally you like to just really concentrate on how you move forward. But I see that you've been thinking here, and you've got your change here. So by the time you get to the end of the second week approximately, you'll have made your decision to move, really get going. I've got a Sagittarian lady there. That going into the third week, and you've got the 10 of Pentacles. This is your energy, really, really moving here. This is it, feeling like it's swirling, just as these lines are showing, but in a fantastic way. It's like you're looking at your bank account almost. You're looking. You've got your diary out, you've got your book out, and you're scribbling down some figures. You've just been paid, excuse me, and you're working out all of the figures and the finances, and they're stacking up really well. So great, you're thinking, I'm getting to the end of the month, and the money has lasted much longer than I thought it was going to. I'm very pleased with that. You know, I had to do a little bit of budgeting. There was a couple of unexpected things that came in, like at the beginning of the month, but I'm now really pleased with the fact that there's much more money left in the account than I thought there was. I'm pretty pleased with that, because all of the energy that I've got here has now come over to my lovely number 10 here, and I'm all right. I'm all right. You know, I'm getting there. Money's coming in, thoughts are working right. I've got a plan of attack, but more importantly, I'm quite pleased with the budget here, and that's quite important, because, you know, often money takes some working out, and it tends to come in and it comes out, and you think, oh goodness, another month where I've hardly seen anything. But this is you having a good month and you being pleased with it. And look what you've got next as well. So part of your third week as well. So you've got the number 2 here, and this is the 2 of Wands. And this feels very much like the direction that you're going, and you're feeling really good about the direction that you're headed in. Whether it's work, it certainly feels work-wise here. But you know what? You go to work and you do your job really well. You're very conscientious. But I know you like to get to the point of everything, and you like to make sure that you've got everything in order. I've got you stacking things up here. Stacking lots of paper and folders and files, and knowing that it feels almost like you're proofreading, you're an editor, you're getting everything done. It's very precise and very driven as well, not in a bad way. I wish I could find a better word. In a way that's really good for you. It's good to have some drive. I mean, sometimes you can be a little bit sort of steadier, you know, and things don't get done as quickly as you would like. But then here shows that you're really moving quickly. And this one says to me that, you know, I'm getting on the train, I've got my ticket, I'm travelling, I've made things happen. And also with the number 2, I know that there's a relationship here as well, and it's going in the right direction. That is so important to you, because this person feels steady. This person feels like somebody you want to spend time with. They're actually quite different to you, and I got a feeling it might be your Sagittarian lady here, and she is quite different. But because she's got this this real drive about her, it will help you as well, and you like that. So I see you driving together, travelling together, and also in your relationship moving together. It feels really nice. And I've got her again here. Do you know what? She's this is going into the third week. She's very artistic. She's really artistic, and she's very, you know, even though she's fiery, she's lovely because she's stable, and when she's in a relationship, she likes to stay in one. And that artistic side of her will excite you because you've got a real flair all the way through this. I can see this. You're good at making things, cooking things, building things, and making things happen. So she's going to suit you really well. And also, whether this Sagittarian lady applies to you or whoever she applies to, she feels as if she's got children, and she's got a few children, but that's not going to bother you because you're good with children in as much as you understand them. And if she's had her children and they've grown up, you'll just enjoy their company on quite an intellectual level. You'll be able to guide them with what you know. And if that isn't the case, this just feels to me of somebody very youthful, very emotionally charged is how I'd like to put it. Somebody that's got some fun about them, a lovely watery side to them as well. So there's a depth to this person, and they're gentle. So that's really lovely. And just as we go up to the end of the month here, you've got the 9 of Cups here, and that's lovely because you started off the month with your Tower with something happening, and it's all led towards the fact that look at the way things have gone here. So I'm now at number 9. I've got number 10 over here. So things have really come together. It feels like, well, I've made my wishes and I thought about it and I planned it and I was looking forward to things going well, and they have. I mean, I feel with you as well that you're quite sensible in as much as you know that nothing's ever completed. There's always more to do, and that really is the case in life, isn't it? There's always more to do. Otherwise, how would we continue? It doesn't stop. So we can't always complete everything. Things can be in motion, and that's what this feels like. Things are moving and they're moving in the right direction. It feels really nice. Don't want you to be too excessive coming up to Christmas because it's easy to do, but just be mindful of that and not overdoing it. Otherwise, you may get a bit fuzzy. So enjoy friends and family and company, but not too much partying. I've got a real sense of you feeling protected as well, by the universe particularly. I'm getting a sense of feathers around you as well, like you've got angels' wings just wrapping around you. They've just given me that. So I have to pass that on to you. So really protected and loving you and congratulating you on being such a nice person. Oh, wasn't that beautiful? Oh, I like that. That's a nice message to pass on. But you are lovely, aren't you? And look what we got here as well for your angel card. You've got speak your truth. You'll always do that, won't you? And just make sure the light's not on it. Yeah, you'll always do that. Look how gorgeous that's it. Look at the colours there for you. I love that. I love that the pink rose is there for you. That relationship aspect of you. I like the way that this beautiful, beautiful person just holds out her arms and is willing to say, whatever I'm thinking and I'm feeling, I will talk about it, but I will deliver it completely with kindness, with honesty, with the help of my angels and the universe guiding me. I'm never going to be abrupt and unkind with what I need to say, but I will be speaking my truth, and I like that here. I like the speaking the truth on both of these cards here. In fact, I could bring the speaking the truth into all of these, all of this clarity and all of this honesty that we get with this card, because it does feel really lovely. It feels like you as a person will be able to say how it is, and you won't be offending anybody because you never do. But it's lovely to be able to speak your truth and not to be around somebody you feel like you can't say what you want to say because it's going to hurt their feelings. You'd never do that anyway. So I feel you being in a relationship with somebody that you can communicate with. And if you haven't got that yet, then that relationship is coming in, and this is going to be, the communication is going to be really lovely for you. Beautiful. I'm just enjoying the warmth of the card, enjoying the gold that's there, which always makes me feel like we're protected. So I'm going to move the camera up and speak to you. Hello. Sorry, I'm a bit hot. Energy always makes me really hot. So that was a lovely reading for you. I just see the month being really nice, starting off, with that something big's happening, but it's something really positive. And it ends with that lovely idea that there's a form of celebration, that what you wished for has come through for you. I've got a very angelic feeling with this for you, so please enjoy the month, enjoy being around your friends and your family, enjoy that company. And I'm really getting that sense of really nice food, not just, you know, your Christmas dinner. I'm getting a little bit of fine dining, and why not, you know, and I'm getting that sense of intellect and great conversation, talking about, you know, big topics as well, sort of historic big topics, things of real interest, you know, that really gets that intellect of yours going. And then, of course, I'm drawn back. Can I just bring this? I'm drawn to the 9 they're just giving me now. The 9 of Cups, of that sort of real almost hilarity as well. I've lots and lots of laughter, great food, great conversation, and lots of laughter. Isn't that beautiful? And the fact that you're so loved and so protected. Oh, Virgo, that's so nice. Well, that's the end of the reading for now. Real pleasure to go through these cards with you and to relay the messages as they get given to me. As I said at the beginning, it is a general reading, so I know you'll understand that, though it can't resonate for everyone. Having said that, I really enjoyed it, didn't you? I hope you did. Would you like this video, because I'm so new, and that would be lovely anyway, and would you subscribe, because that'd be lovely. I can't wait to see what people think. That makes me wide open, doesn't it? But hey, I'm just being me. So it's been such a pleasure. I feel really quite happy as I'm talking to you, and I got this card again. This sort of, I just feel like I want to laugh and have some fun. Oh, I don't know. Thank you ever so much for listening to me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I see December being fantastic, and I'm going to really look forward to January for you and giving you a reading. So check me out on Spirit in You.